I usually do to find out if anybody has any questions from any of the material that we've gone over so far. Nancy.
Yes, I have a question. How many pages did you cover last week? Because I didn't have a chance to go back and see.
Okay, so we are starting today on page 10.
Okay.
So I don't actually recall how many we had done the first week. So we probably did, I don't know, 4 or 5 pages, something like that.
I think we did from 6 through 9.
There you
Last
go. We
week.
did from 6 through 9 last week.
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome. Yeah. Does anybody have any other questions? Okay. So what I will be doing, as I always do, is to call on people in the order that they appear on my screen. And then, of course, and then you need to remember who the last, if we stop in the middle to answer a question or to highlight a point, you have to remind me, where did I stop? Because I always forget. And then, and again, I will start by apologizing in advance should my landline ring, because I have no way to really turn that off. And while I'm saying that, I'm going to mute my cell phone. So if that rings, nobody will hear it. It'll just kind of bounce. Okay, so we're going to start on page 10. And oops, we are going to learn a new letter. The name of the letter is hey. Hey, like, you know, hey. Let me show you what it looks like and let me explain it to you. Yeah, okay. So the hay looks like this. Notice that, whoops, right over here, there, the screen is a different angle than I'm looking at myself. Anyways, right over here, it looks like there's a hole. W-H-O-L, hole, H-O-L-E. So if you think of a hole, you can remember that this is the hay, which is the H. And it works like an H in English. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is the following, that if it comes at the beginning of the word, it's pronounced. For example, hello, hey, and any other words that begin with an H. If it appears in the middle of the word, it also gets pronounced. Not that I can think of a word that has an H in the middle right now at the top of my head. But anyway, that's irrelevant. If it appears at the end of the word, it is silent, as it would be in English. So for example, Dickens Scrooge famously says, bah, humbug, B-A-H, bah. You don't hear an H at the end there. You hear the H in the humbug, but not in the bah. And there are a myriad of words we all know that end in H, and the H is silent in English and will be in Hebrew as well. Are there any questions? Okay, so let us go to our text on page 10, line 1. Ruth, please.
He, hey, hey, heh, heh.
Very nice. Line 2, Gail B, please.
He, 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 hey, he, hey, he.
Yes, very nice. Nancy, line 3, please.
Ha. Okay, I'm stuck on the vowel. Did I miss it?
Oh, Okay, so that vowel, which is a straight line across. So think back to when you were a child and you went to the doctor, and the doctor would take a big orange stick and to hold your, or a tongue depressor to hold your tongue down and tell you to say, ah. Think of this straight line as that tongue depressor, and it's the ah.
Great hint. Okay. All right. So, ha ha. Wait a minute. I apologize.
That's okay. So
If we-
do me a favor, start from the beginning of the line so I can keep track of where you are.
Okay. Could you clarify again the vowel that has the straight line across and the vertical and the
The one,
perpendicular?
yeah, the one that looks like a little T,
Right.
that's also pronounced as ah.
Okay.
Because that's the Sephardi pronunciation, which is what we are learning. So it's
Oh.
also ah.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
You're
Ha.
welcome.
Back to the beginning. Okay. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, Elisa, line 4, please.
Okay, hala, ha ha, hama, hum, me, hame.
Very nice, yes. Ellen, line 5, please.
Hame, hamela, la, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay, Mela. Hamela, hame,
okay. Remember the 3 dots, there's F.
hame, I'm sorry, hame.
A lot of people often you say A for the E, and you really have to say eh.
Yeah.
Okay, like the face of a pet. That's the eh. So where were we? Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're on line 6, yes?
Yes.
Okay, line 6, Gail K, please.
Hamla, chi, hamlachi.
Very nice, yes. Line 7, Ruth, please.
Hamlachi, hamlachi, hamlachim, halachim, hamlachim.
Right, and that last thing there, for anyone who wasn't here last week, is an exclamation point. That, you know, it looks like an exclamation point. It is.
Should I have
Um,
raised my voice at the end? Ah.
No, it's just, I don't know why it's there. It's just there. Line 8, Gail B, please.
Okay,
Okay, okay, hold on one sec. That backward C needs to be pronounced like the end of the name of that composer whose name is Johann Sebastian
Hi,
Bach. So it's a H.
Maha,
So the first
Okay.
word, right.
Mahe,
Wait a minute, you're
Hama.
on, wait a minute, you're on line 8, right?
yeah,
Okay, start again, please, since I lost my place.
Mahe, Hamlachim.
Yeah.
Hamlachim,
Yes, very nice. Nancy, line 9, please.
Melech, malche, hamlachim.
Yes. And Elisa, Elisa, that's what you said. Yeah, Elisa, line 10.
Okay, mi melech, malche, mamlachim.
Do that last one again.
Oh, sorry, hamlachim.
Right. Okay, very nice. Now, what I want to point out is Hebrew is a very efficient language. And that means that it uses prefixes and suffixes where English might use a full, complete word. So all of these, so for example, in line 7 and in line 8, also 9 and 10, you have real words with the hey in front of it, the ha. Now the ha means the, T-H-E.
Oh,
So you will see ha something a lot.
Mm,
Okay, sometimes it has a different vowel. That has to do with Hebrew grammar, which is fairly complicated. We can ignore that for now. But so milachim are kings, plural, and hamalachim are the kings or the rulers. Okay. Page 11, which says unit 2 at the top. And this is a review. So what I'd like to do is to start with line number 2. Because line number 1 is really meaningless without vowels. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we're up to Ellen.
okay. Give it a shot.
Line 2.
Me, Lee, he.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Ha, me, me, ma, le, ma, Allah, ha, he, he.
Yes, nice. Gail K.
Mlachim, Hamlachim, Melech, Malchei, Hamlachim.
Very nice. Thank you. You may recognize these combinations of words because we're learning the words for the liturgical piece, Shalom Aleichem. Malchei Hamalachim. It's a phrase. It's there a lot. Okay, so I think I'm on Ruth for line 4, please.
Melech, Melech,
What's this? No. The second one.
Malach,
Yes.
sorry, Malach. Me, Melech. Me, Melech.
Yep.
Malchi,
No, you're right the
No.
first time.
Malche,
Yep.
and the last one is Hamlachim.
Yes. Yeah.
Hamlachim.
Yeah. Very nice. Gail
you.
B, line 5, please.
E. Lach.
We've got 2 dots adjacent to one another. Remember, they
Space.
look. Yeah.
Lech.
Yeah.
Lachim. Lachach.
Okay.
Lecha.
It's better to go licha.
Lechach.
Yeah. Licha.
Lechach.
You know, it's the beginning of licha dodi.
Oh, lecha.
So if you have an L at the beginning and there's no vowel under it, you just give it an eh, like a schwa sound, sort of.
Okay, so here it is. There will never be the lamed, the L sound at the beginning without a vowel underneath. There will always be a vowel, but we haven't learned the vowel yet. So that's why it's blank. The vowel that will go under it is the schwa, which is 2 dots, one on top of another, and it sounds like the I in it. Eh. So in this case, it would be lecha, like the I in it. Okay, I think we're on line 6. And now I forgot who read last, please.
Gail B.
Okay, great. So Nancy, line 6, please.
me, Lachim,
Okay, check that
Lachim.
vowel.
Oh, lachem.
Yes,
Okay. Him, ma. Okay. This one. Okay. Lacha,
yeah.
hem, me,
Mm-mm,
mem.
right.
Okay. It's the vowels. Okay.
You're right. Elisa, line 7, please.
Heel, hail, helm, milch,
Yeah,
I guess,
It-
hallel.
yes. That one's weird, this meal.
Yeah,
I don't even think it's a word, but that's beside the point.
I
Okay.
guess if we're learning pronunciation, it sort of makes sense, but I don't know what it means.
Exactly. Ellen, line 8, please.
Okay. Hillel. Hillel. Lech. Lamelech.
Yep,
He, so weird. Hillel.
almost.
Hillel? Like
Yes.
Hillel. Hillel.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly what it is. It's
Okay.
Hillel.
Got it. Okay. Me. Lee.
Yes. Gail K.
Chem, chem, lachem, lachem. Hey, chem,
Okay, remember that's just like an H without anything, so it should be hey chem.
hey,
Okay.
hey, yes.
Yeah. And then the last word, because I
It's
just do,
the same. Hey,
So-
chem.
yes, perfect. Ruth, please, line 10.
Excuse me. Lay, le, mem.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, hold on. Lay, and then the next one is
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey,
che,
che,
right. Okay,
mem.
skip that one. There's no vowel there.
Okay. Lay, hem, lachem,
Okay, lechem.
lechem.
Nice. Okay, Gail B.
Lechem, lechem, lechem. Halechem, halechem.
Yes. Nancy, 12, please.
Okay. Melech, malche, hamlachim, mache, mi melech, hamlachim.
Yes, that's a line from Shalom Aleichem.
Right.
There you go. Okay, any questions on this page? Okay, so now we're going to go to page 12 to learn another letter. Now, this letter is the shin. And it looks like this. Notice the dot on top of the letter. And the dot is on the right side. Okay, and remember this. She is always right. I've often taught adults to read Hebrew in a mixed class. And I say to the guys, remember this, she is always right. Just remember that.
It's a good life lesson.
You bet. Okay. So we're on page 12, line 1. And Elisa, that it's you, right?
Yeah, right. I was
Okay,
after
thank you.
Nancy. Wrote
All right,
that
good.
down.
Thank you for remembering.
Okay. I know I'm always after Nancy now. Okay. She, Shay, Shay, Sha, Sha, Sha.
Yes. Ellen, please, line 2.
Shame. Shame. Sham.
Uh-uh.
Oh. What am I doing wrong? The third one?
The
It's not
third one, it's
ah?
it's the 2 dots next to each other like snake eyes.
Oh, A, I'm sorry. Yes, sorry. Okay, shame.
Yeah.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Sham.
Yes. Okay, Gail K.
Shield, shield, shale, 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 shawl, shawl, shawl.
Yes. Ruth, line 4, please.
Shall, shally, shally, chalet.
Okay, wait a minute.
No,
that
no,
last one.
chalet, chalet. Chalet. Chalet, chalet,
Yep.
shala, shala,
Yes.
shala.
Okay, line 5, Gail B. What? What's that? No.
Sham,
No.
hey,
Um,
Shane,
Right.
Sham, Shal, Shal, Chalet, 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 Chalet.
Yes. 6, Nancy.
Shawl, shawl. I'm gonna skip that one.
Yep.
Lame, lame, Sha, lame, Shalame.
Yes. Elisa.
7, okay.
Yes, please. Yep.
Sha, lay, Shalame.
Yes. Thank you. Ellen, line 8, please.
Shalem, shalem, shalom, shalem, shalom, shalom.
Oh, No, the last one is.
Shalem, sorry.
Yep.
Shalem.
And Gail K, line 9, please.
Melech, shalem.
Yeah.
Malchay,
Shalem,
lame. Sham, shame.
Yep.
Lame.
Right. If you are reading along with the person I've called upon, please mute yourself because I really only want to hear that one person, okay? Line 10, Ruth, please.
shalem, shalem, shalem. Lechem, shalem, lechem.
Yes. Thank you. Gail B, line 11, please.
Lechem, lechem, Sham, oh, shame,
Yep.
Sham, Shalem, Shalem,
Yep.
lechem.
Yes. And Nancy, line 12, please.
Shalem, Lechem, Mimelech, Malchay.
Yeah.
Hamlechem.
Almost.
Lahim.
Right. Okay, now, right. Okay, so there's a star at the end, AKA asterisk. The asterisk takes you to the bottom of the page, which says, the 2 dots is a half vowel called schwa. It is pronounced like a in about, around. I disagree with that. They did not consult with me before writing the sentence. It comes at the beginning of a word or a syllable. Okay. Like I said, they didn't really consult with me, and that's sort of right, but only sort of. So the schwa, when it comes at the beginning of a word or the beginning of a syllable, is pronounced like the I in it. That's the way I like to think of it, because I don't think it's an I, about, around. Is that what they said? That's ah to me, and it's more like it. Now, if I had a whiteboard, I would do the following, but I don't, so I'm going to have to do it without the whiteboard. So there's an I. Everybody would agree that's an I. Now, if I had a whiteboard or a chalkboard or some other kind of an erasable thing, so I'm going to take my red pen to erase. I would start erasing the bottom part of this thing. So that basically it looks like a dot on top of a dot, even though the bottom dot's more like a line, but it's a dot on top of a dot, reminding you that it's like the I in it. That's how I like to think of it.
How do you pronounce the 4th word in line 12 then? Is it malik?
Okay.
Malik?
No, I'll get to that.
Oh,
Hold
sorry.
on a minute. No, that's okay. Okay, so in the beginning of the word or the beginning of a syllable, it would be like the I in it. Now, Elisa asked an excellent question. What do you do with the 4th word in line 12? Is it maliche or malche? Now, I believe it's malche. You may come across people who would pronounce it as maliche. I'm not sure it's necessarily wrong, but I think it's more correct to do it malche. Now, what the schwa does in a case like this is it allows for 2 consonant sounds to be pronounced one after another, because as I said at our first lesson, every Hebrew letter needs a vowel to find its voice. And if you wanted to have a word that had 2, letter sounds together, like India, which is IN, a letter, another letter, no vowel in between. How would you do that in Hebrew? This schwa, this silent vowel, allows you to do that. So that's what I think about that vowel. And you ask the question is, how would you really pronounce this? Is it malche or malache? So I never can remember. We don't sing Shalom Aleichem, so I can't see how my cantor does it. But next time I hear a professional, if you will, singing that song, I will try to remember to listen carefully. Ellen, did you have a question?
No, I was just going to say, I know, only Hebrew through song, and that's, and I always heard it, it's Malachi HaShalom. And so that's why I was curious when you said that.
So, as I said, it's not incorrect. You often find it's almost like anything else there. People pronounce words in English differently, one from another. And having nothing to do with the regional accent. It's just how you learn the word, how you learn to pronounce it. And I'm not saying it's incorrect. If I remember to get my cantor to to the side and say, how would you do this? I'll find out, but I might not be able to. So anyway, any other questions? Okay. Now I'm going to, you should never say that everything is 100% except for death and taxes. I learned that a long time ago. So we have been learning that Hebrew letters have vowels, which look like dots and dashes, and that the vowel comes underneath the letter. And now we come to an exception. And that's the vowel, that's the O sound, the long O sound. It looks like this. It will be adjacent to the letter. It will be to the letter's immediate left. Yeah. And you could remember that it's an O because the dot is over. Okay, the dot is over. So ooh, wait 1 second. I want to see something. Give me a minute. Okay. So if you see a Hebrew letter and you don't see a vowel underneath, you look adjacent to it. But, here's another exception. I like to teach people that this is a prop holding the O up. It's a prop holding the O up. And sometimes the prop isn't there. And so you just have the dot on top. Okay? So again, you start with, okay, so here's our M sound, the and whoops, there's nothing underneath it. So how is it going to have a voice? Oh, let me look on top of it. A little bit adjacent to the left. There's a dot. So that becomes mo. And that can happen with any letter. So look at on page, we're not going to read them. We just want to, look at them on lines 1 and 2. Lines 1 and 2 are exactly the same on the next, on page 13, sorry. And the only difference is on line 1, we have the O as just the dot, like I wrote it here. And in line 2, the O is propped up. Okay. I think there are reasons, there are specific reasons why you might have it with the prop, if you will, or without it. I no longer remember what those reasons are. And it's not clear to me that they're relevant for this class. So starting on line 3, and I forgot who read last.
I think Nancy.
Okay, then, Elisa, it's you.
Okay, line 3.
Yes, please.
Loch.
Yep.
Loch. Right? Because that's
Yes. Yep.
the same. Okay. Lol. Loam. 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 Loch.
Yep.
Loch. Lol.
Yes.
Oh, that's tricky.
That's tricky. Yep, but you got it. Ellen, line 4, please.
Loam, 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 loam.
2, 3 more. There were three more. You didn't finish the line.
I used my finger, but okay, I seem to follow. Okay, they were all loam, loam.
Yeah, you're
loam.
right.
Okay,
I just want to make sure that you had them all. Okay, Gail K, line 5, please.
Sha, shal, shalom, 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 shalom.
Right,
everybody.
shalom. That's how you write shalom in Hebrew.
Wow.
And let me see. Oh, and some composer, I forgot his name, who wrote the Broadway musical Milk and Honey. It was a song, Shalom, Shalom. You'll find shalom, the nicest greeting you know. It means goodbye, hello, goodbye, and twice as, oh no, it means goodbye and something and twice as much as hello. That's kind of how the lyric went. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Line 6, I think I'm with Ruth.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
Yes,
That
excellent.
was easy.
That was. Sometimes these pages are very easy. Gail B.
Shalom, Melech, Shalom, Malachim, Shalom, Melech.
Okay, so the third word from the end is milachim, like the I in it.
Oh, Melechim,
Milachim.
Melechim.
Line 8, Nancy, please.
Shalom. Lemelech.
Yeah.
Hamilachim. So to put it together.
Yep.
Hamelachim. Hamilachim. Am I right?
Malchim. I would say ham lachim.
Hamlachim. Okay,
Yep.
Hamlachim. Okay. Lemelech. Malche.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it. Hamlachim.
Yes. Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Line 9, Elisa.
9. Li, lach, no, wait, lich.
Almost. Almost. Notice that thing at the end isn't,
What is
it
that?
isn't, okay, so let's go back.
Sorry, yeah.
No apologies are necessary. Let me just write this out. So we touched upon this briefly last week, but it was very brief in passing. So
Lecha?
yeah, that's right, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, so this letter that's how you're normally going to see it. You won't see it as you see it in the third word of line 9, which I call naked. It's never naked like that. It's always dressed, and it's typically dressed the way I have it on the screen. Now, every now and again, instead of the 2 dots in it, it has the little T vowel in it, which makes it ha at the end. So on line, are you reading line 10?
Line
Elisa?
9. Line
You're
9.
reading-
We're on
You're reading line 9.
the
Okay, so
second
the
and
second
third.
word in line 9 becomes lecha.
Lecha. Okay.
Lecha.
So
Yep,
the third one is lach, then lo, then la, lahem, lachem.
yes, nice. Ellen, line 10, please.
shalom.
Lee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Shalom lach,
Yes,
shalom. Oh, we just did that, right?
Yeah.
Lecha,
lecha. Yep,
lecha, shalom lecha, shalom
Lay?
No, what's that last one?
Oh,
No,
the
it
if.
is.
Yeah.
No, no,
it's the
no, no,
if.
no. Shalom. And then the last word, that's the L sound and the vowels next to it with a dot over.
Is an is sound, right?
Nope. So the last, we're on line 10.
Oh, the O sound. No, wait,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
confused.
the L
Yeah.
sound. Yeah,
So shalom lo.
right, exactly.
My
Okay,
brain
line,
has stopped.
hey, it's okay. Line 11, Gail K.
Shalom lachem, shalom lachem, shalom lachem.
Yes, thank you. And Ruth, line 12.
Shalom lachem.
Oh, wait a minute.
Shalom
Wait a minute. The first, line 12, you
Oh,
have
lay.
shalom? Yeah,
lechem.
yeah.
Shalom lechem. Shalom lechem.
Yes. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, can you go over again the two dots above each other? That's the ah.
Okay, so the two dots on top of one another,
Yeah,
more like the I and it.
yeah, that's what I can't. So
Okay,
see.
so
so in
Let me go-
line 10, the
Yeah.
third set. How do you say that?
shalom lecha.
Le.
Le,
Between
lecha,
lecha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
lecha.
Lecha.
Okay, and let me see. Bereshit no lecha. Okay, and tomorrow at services, we're reading, we're starting the book of Genesis, Bereshit. And after Bereshit is Noach. And then the next parsha is lecha. That's the word, lecha, lecha. Okay. We just finished this whole page, right? Right.
Yes.
Okay. Page number 14, page 14, yes, but a question, Nancy, yes.
Yes, at the bottom, there's
Yeah.
an asterisk.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay. Fought, shalom. I don't agree with what is written there.
Okay.
So, sometimes instead of a long O, it's almost like the in fought. But I believe the O, it's a lot. You don't say shalom, it's shalom. Shalom, shalom. Even Israelis I know say shalom. So let's ignore that. Okay, now pages 14 and 15 introduce silent consonants, and there are two of them. The ayin and the aleph. Now, so whoops, this is the ayin. And as you can see on page 15, this is more or less the aleph. Okay, now, interestingly enough, the first two letters of the Hebrew alphabet are aleph, bet. Notice how close aleph is to alpha, right? Alpha, I believe, is a Greek. Alpha is Greek. And because the Greek alphabet goes alpha, beta, and that's how you get alphabet. And the first two letters of the Hebrew alphabet are aleph, bet. So there you go. Now, I'm going to take you on a detour. If you don't, so you can shut your ears if you don't particularly like to follow this detour, because it might confuse you. I don't want to confuse you, but I do like to teach this. So here's the detour. our book, and we Americans pronounce view the ayin as silent. If you were to meet somebody who grew up in the Middle East, Yemen, Egypt, I know a guy who grew up in Egypt, Saudi Arabia, perhaps, Jordan, and I'm talking about grew up before Israel became a state, because I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure of what I just said. Anyway, the ayin for them is a guttural letter. We can't pronounce it gutturally just because we can't. All right. But it's more in the throat. So, and the reason I point this out is if you were in Israel and you were traveling around and you were looking at street signs and you wanted to go to Gaza, and you saw the sign, you would see that the sign doesn't have the G letter as the first letter for Gaza, but rather the ayin, because the closest guttural letter in English is the G. So this friend of mine who was born in Egypt, when, for example, when he reads Torah, it sounds really different than when someone like me, I'm an American, reads Torah. Okay, because I can't pronounce that ayin in the back of the throat, but he can pronounce it. It sounds more like Aza as opposed to Aza. And that's why it gets written as Gaza. There are other examples of that. Oh, I know. In a couple of weeks, is it next week? Anyway, in a couple of weeks, and it might even be next week, except I don't remember. We read the story about Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Only when you read it and you see it in, if you're following along in your Chumash, in the Torah reading, and you say, it's Amorah. It's written with this letter here because it's a guttural. And there's no way in English to make it guttural without the G. That's the detour. You can forget all this because it's irrelevant for reading. For us to read, we just read it as E, A, whatever the vowel is, okay? So with all that in mind, page number 14, line 1, and where did I leave off? I forget.
I think I left off. Gail.
Okay, so then Nancy, please, line 1.
Okay, so bear with me, I love the detour. And now I've forgotten. Is it E?
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
all right. Okay, so now perhaps I've forgotten, what is the mark to the left of the ayin?
okay, so that's the little yud.
Oh, little yud, okay.
And that's, I mean,
perhaps-
it's yud, and it's pronounced like, so basically it's pronounced like a Y, if it's actually part of a word. But in this case, I like to call it a vowel helper. It's helping the E say E. For like in the word money, M-O-N-E-Y, right? You don't pronounce the Y because it's just making the long E sound.
Right. So please help me, how would I pronounce that second word?
E, same as the first. They're both the same.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
Okay,
Sure.
so I'm gonna start over. Okay, so
Yep.
we have E, E, A, E, A, O, O.
Yes, very nice. Thank you. Elisa.
Sorry, my dog is, shh, quiet. Sorry about that. Okay. Ale. No, sorry. Eel.
Yeah.
Eel. Ale. Ale. L. Ol. Ol. Al.
Yes. Thank you. Ellen, line 3, please. Ellen, you're muted. I'm sure you were
I
doing
said
a
the first one's perfectly.
brilliant job, I'm sure, yes.
Okay. Al, olam.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, olam, okay.
like in the
Oh.
liturgical piece, Adon Olam.
Olam. Okay,
Olam means world.
okay. Melech,
Olam.
olam.
Yes, nice. Line 4, Gail K.
Al, alechem,
Well, not quite. It's just,
alechem, chem,
well, there's Alecha, yes.
aleche, alechem.
Yeah.
Alechem, alechem, alechem.
Yes. Okay, so notice what's happening here with line 4. With line 4, the author of the text has split a longer word into its piece parts to help you sound it out. Which is not such a bad idea. Line 5, Ruth.
Al. El. Ale.
Wait a minute.
Hem.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
What?
Al was right. What's the second one?
Lay.
Yep.
I did it backwards.
Yeah, you did.
Excuse me. Hem.
Yep.
Ale. Chem. Alechem. Lechem.
Next to the last is the same as the previous.
Alechem.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Alechem.
Yes. Okay, good. Gail B.
Shalom Alechem. Shalom Alechem. Shalom Alechem.
Yes. Line 6. No, we just did line 6. Line 7, Nancy.
Alechem shalom. Alechem shalom. Shalom, shalom.
Yes, very nice. Before we go to line 8, this text is called Shalom Aleichem, which means it could mean peace unto you, plural, or hello to you, which doesn't make that much sense, or goodbye to you. I mean, all those make sense. So, for example, if I walked into a room with a lot of people, I might walk in and say, Shalom Aleichem. Hello, all of you. When I left, I might say, Shalom Aleichem. Goodbye, all of you. That's kind of what that means. Okay, line 9, Elisa.
Line 8 or 9?
8. We're up to 8.
8.
We're up to 8. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
8.
Shalom Aleichem Malachi. Shalom Aleichem Malachi Hamlachim.
Yeah,
I know it phonetically now. I can read it.
yeah.
What was that? Okay. Aleichem Shalom.
Yeah, nice. Ellen, line 9, please.
Shalom, Mimelech, Malachi. I'm trying to sing the song and I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm saying the right word. Hamelech, try again.
Meh.
Melachim.
All right.
Melachim?
Hamelachim.
Hamelachim. Shalom.
Mm-hmm. And then there are 2 more words
No, okay.
on the bottom there. No, it's got indented right under.
I know,
line- Okay,
it's Melech,
yep.
Ha. Oh,
Ha'olam.
Ha'olam.
Yes, nice. Line 10. Oh, yes, question Nancy.
Yes, could, line 8,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, line 9, that's the fourth word. Could you help me again to know how to get that one right? Because that one seemed complicated to me.
Okay, all right, so one way to do this is, let me just get my pad out, hold on. This is how I like to teach, when you get long, complicated words. So what I do is recommend the following. So this was line 8 and it was,
I'm sorry.
or
line 9.
line 9, 1, 2, 3, the fourth word, right? Okay.
Yes.
Give me a minute. I just want to hamillah. Whoops. Okay, got it. I made a mistake. All right, so here's this big complicated word. What I like to teach my students to do is pretend this folder cover that's all dotted. Anyway, pretend that it's your finger. Cover up the part of the word you don't need. So you start with the ha, slide your finger, hamir, la, him. See how I did that?
Mhm.
It makes it easier than looking at all of this and saying, oh my God, I don't know anything. So you cover up the part you don't need. Start with your consonant and vowel, move to the next consonant and vowel, next consonant and vowel, and the end. See what I did? But, you know, so if you're doing it in a book, you would use your finger. You know, pretend all 4 fingers is just one finger, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. So now let's see, where were we?
10.
That was line 10, and who read last? Okay, Ellen read last, so Gail K, line 10, please.
Sure. Shalom Melech. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
Yes, very nice. Okay. And Ruth, you get to read the last line.
Shalom. Lim.
Mhm.
Lim Melech.
Yep.
Hashalom. No, I'm
No.
sorry. Hamlech. Hamlechim.
Hamilachim.
Hamilachim. Limlech.
Lemelech.
Limelech. Hashalom.
Yes, nice. Okay, we're going to stop here. I will make a note. Does anybody have any final questions beforehand? Okay. So October 8th, we start on page 15. And again, as a reminder, if you are reviewing, first of all, review, practice. And if you have any questions in between, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. And it dawned on me right now, whoops. I have a Siddur Sim Shalom for Shabbat and festivals sitting right here. So I am going to quickly look up Shalom Aleichem to see, because most of this stuff, hopefully it's in here. Yeah. A lot of it, it's transliterated now. So I'm looking at the transliteration to see what did they do with, so isn't that, oh no, that's right. What was the word? It was mi melech malche. Let's see what they do with that. Mi melech malche. Yeah. they stick it to, they don't start, they have it as Malchay. If you're looking at the transliteration for Shalom Aleichem in the Seder Sim Shalom for Shabbat and festivals, their transliteration leads you to Malchay, not Malichay. I figured that was a good place to, you know, the editors, the folks that did this must know what they're doing. I don't know. So
Ruth,